Hey guys, we are looking at an equation and you're being asked to graph the circle of this equation, okay? The whole key to this is knowing the standard form of a circle, which I'm going to show you right now. This is the standard form of a circle. You can think of this kind of like when you graph a line, the slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b. We love it to be in that form because it's super easy to identify what we need to graph a line. This is like the circle version of that, okay? So when we have our equation in standard form, it's really easy to see our center and our radius, okay? Luckily, this one is in standard form. If you're looking at one and you're like, mine is not in standard form, I'll link a video in the corner for you where we get one to standard form, okay? But looking at this, we are in standard form. Now you might be like, well, the x looks different, right? But hang with me for a second. The x just doesn't have anything being added or subtracted to it, right? So we could rewrite this as x minus 0 squared, right? That would mean the same thing. So all that means when we don't have a number being added or subtracted onto that x in the parentheses is that point, the h, is 0, okay? So in order to graph this, I need to know my center and the radius, right? So we know the center is h and k. And just like we said, even though it doesn't look like there's an h, the h is really just 0, right? So the first number of my ordered pair is 0. And then k is 6, which, well, kind of. Remember, in our standard form, it's a negative k here, and then it's a positive k in the center. So we actually switch the sign. So since this is a plus 6, when I put it in the ordered pair, it's going to be a negative 6. Okay, so my center for this circle is 0, negative 6. Okay, so now all I need is the radius. So I might be tempted to say my radius is 9, but it's not. 9 is my radius squared. Okay, so to figure out what my radius is, I'm saying that my radius squared is 9. To get rid of that squared, I'm going to take the square root of both sides, right? Which just leaves me with r equals, and the square root of 9 is 3. Now, normally we would write plus or minus 3, but since we know we're figuring out a radius, which is a distance, I don't need the negative, okay? So my radius is 3. Now that I have the center and the radius, I can go ahead and graph this. So here is my coordinate plane here. I'm going to scoot up just a little. Okay, my center is 0, negative 6, which means I don't go right and left at all, and I go down 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, okay? That is the center of my circle. Now the radius goes from the center of the circle to the edge of my circle, right? So it goes out 3 in every direction. The easiest way for us to represent that is to go up, down, right, and left 3, right? So from my center, I'm going to go up 3, to the right 3, down 3, and left 3. Okay? Now, just like when you graph a line, you don't have to graph every point on the line, right? We usually just graph 2 points and sketch a line. That's similar to the circle. With 4 points, we get a pretty good idea of what this circle looks like, right? So my circle is not going to be perfect, but it is going to look a little something like that. All right, so we started with our equation. It maybe kind of didn't look like it was in standard form, but we figured out it really was, right? We identified our center and radius and we're able to graph it. Okay, hope this made sense. If you need some more circle videos, I will link a playlist for you. Thanks, bye.